I took the Poco F8 Ultra where budget phones should fail. I don't cover specs on this channel, but for context, I need to share some specs. This has the fastest Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 chip, the most insane triple speaker setup with a freaking subwoofer built in. Apple says the iPhone Air is the thinnest 100 watt super dang fast charging, 6500 milliamp hour battery, triple 50 megapixel cameras, and all of this for $649. What were they smoking? Just looking at the spec sheet, I decided to make this my main phone for the next 4 weeks because there's got to be a catch for this price. I'll be pushing the battery to the max by using constant hotspot during my travels, shooting in log mode to use in my final documentary in Uganda, taking 6 billion photos on my travel, editing photos in Lightroom, posting on social media, and see if HyperOS 3 actually fixed all the issues I've had with the previous versions. All right, we got the Ultra. First impressions. This is crazy. Look at the back. Oh damn, there's no chargers in the box. By the way, this is not sponsored by Poco. They did send me all this stuff. Let's have a look at it. This is my first Poco phone I'm actually going to use. Now, Poco did send over their F8 Pro version as well. And I immediately was drawn to the Pro version because it is actually smaller at 6.5 inch compared to the 6.9. That's the only gripe I have with this off the bat. It's just too big. I actually booted up the F8 Ultra first, set it all up, great. And then I set up the Poco F8 Pro. And as soon as I set it up, I'm greeted with bloatware and games pre-installed and ads when I click on the search button. This has the Snapdragon 8 Elite chip, by the way. For this price, I get it. You're getting bang for buck, but dude, I cannot do ads. And thank goodness they did not put any ads or those bloat apps and crap like that on the F8 Ultra. I'm gonna literally throw this away and take the F8 Ultra to Uganda tomorrow. All right, I'm literally an hour away from leaving. I need to go, and I didn't charge my F8 Ultra for 2 days straight. Okay, this is the second day. I'm on 21% and it's 4 p.m. Bro, and I did a hotspot for an hour at the shopping center today. The reason why I don't charge these phones overnight is because I love seeing the fast charge. So let's actually just chuck it on the fast charger right now. Shove it in, so it's 21%. All right, humans, so 24 minutes and we're at 79%, 80% pretty much. That's what I'm talking about, mate. That's what I'm talking about. Now I'm just gonna pull it out. It just hit 80% just then. So I'm gonna run around with 80% now. So let's go. She's crying like the Interstellar Murph. 9. 8. And I'm not going to space or anything, I am coming back. If you don't know, once a year we go and film docos for NGOs, missionaries, and anyone who needs a free video to raise funds for a good cause. And the hardest part is leaving the girls behind. So I jumped in my Uber, got to the airport, and did some work at the airport before the flight. This is the second time I'm putting it on the charger, iPhone Air. I haven't charged this since I left Sydney Airport and I'm still on 76%. I'm using this as my main. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Just wanted to let you guys know, we do not travel without a VPN. Here's the thing, not having a VPN is like walking around this airport without your pants on. Do you know what I'm saying? It's literally the same thing. There are over 5 million unsecured public Wi-Fi networks in the world. 5 million. But trust me, the public Wi-Fis are the worst when it comes to security. Now, so I connect my phone, iPad, and laptop to public Wi-Fi all the time when I travel. So I always turn on NordVPN. One tap and everything is encrypted across every device I use. Now, NordVPN is the world's fastest VPN, by the way, which means I can upload footage, download files, and work online without feeling any slowdown at all. So NordVPN blocks trackers, malware, and phishing, so I can work safely no matter where I am. If you want to protect your devices, use my link, go to nordvpn.com/SamuelNam. You get a big discount, extra months for free, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. All right, I actually need to go. They're actually boarding the plane, and I needed to do this ad read. So yeah, I gotta go. See ya. Right after the ad read, I got on the plane using Google Wallet on the Poco. After a grueling 18 hours in the air, I made it to Uganda. Within 10 minutes, we got pulled over and the police wanted bribe money, something we'll never see back home. So we just cashed out for potential future bribes. Lesson number 1, learnt within 5 minutes. During the first 2 days, using the phone as a B cam, shooting on 4K 60 log, using the phone for maps and Uber to move around, the battery life had never gone below 40% by end of the day. I had no Wi-Fi on this whole Uganda trip. It was all on cellular. I kind of found a catch for the price. Kind of. Okay, I'm actually at the Poco event. It's happening tomorrow, but I still haven't finished this video because we had a lot of things going on. I've used this for about 3 weeks now. Is there a catch? I really had to stretch and just nitpick the crap out of it to find a catch. There are probably 2 things, okay? The first one are the bezels. It's not 100% even if you look carefully, okay? I told you, I'm nitpicking. If I showed my wife, she'd be like, it looks the same, what are you talking about? The second catch that I could find is the cameras, and the camera hardware is fine, but they just purposely limited the software. So this is running HyperOS, and Xiaomi has amazing Leica tuning colors, which I like. So this gets very close to the Xiaomi photos, but it's not quite the same. And I guess they need to differentiate the Xiaomi somehow. Like if they put everything on here, then who the frick's gonna buy the Xiaomi, right? So I get that. But to know that they could do better, but they don't because, you know, business, that's a bit annoying. The sound is insane. I never really use the speakers, but on this guy, I kind of want to. I need you to listen to this sound and then listen to this sound and tell me which phone you like better. Okay? I took the best small phone you can buy right now to capture a once-in-a-lifetime trip in Africa. If you watch my videos, you'll know how much I... Okay, that's that phone, and then now let's listen to this one, okay? Okay. I took the best small phone you can buy right now to capture a once-in-a-lifetime trip in Africa. If you watch my videos, you'll know how much I appreciate small phones. But which one sounds better?
This one! This one!
No, Mia, you're meant to point at this.
This one.
Okay, ignore what the little one pointed at. Obviously, she has no idea what she's talking about. Let me put them side by side so that you can hear it. Best small phone you can buy right now to capture a once-in-a-lifetime trip. I took the best small phone you can buy right now to capture a once-in-a-lifetime trip in Africa. Okay, which one's better now?
This one.
Oh, Mia. If you didn't know, it was a collaboration with Bose, and they brought the sound engineer over here and he spoke for like 15-20 minutes about sound jargon, which I had no idea, but I took some videos of it. And yes, and this is kind of like the selling point for this phone for them. Because the bezels aren't as small, the phone is a few millimeters taller, like a millimeter or something wider than phones like the Oppo X9 Pro. But that thing costs like $17 million. I personally don't like big, this is just holding it whilst doing this talking head is like, bruh. Some people is like, I am willing to hold for the sake of getting the best of the best. But that's just me. I've got small hands, look at that. But there are some people who have hands like Shaq. And if your hands are like Shaq, this thing will be small for you. So good on you, lucky you. Anyway, I gotta go, packed day today. So I'll actually bring you guys, I'll film a lot of the vlogs on this guy. So Ben, this thing has log footage.
Yeah, I didn't know. So I already filmed the video for this saying one of the downsides is there's no log, but then turns out I was wrong. So
yeah.
So thank you, Samuel, for saving me because Poco fans will be my comment.
Yeah. No, but you expect it to not have log because it's cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I didn't expect it
but
to have
log.
log.
But it's the log good though. Have you graded it? You said it's good.
I have graded it. It's good. I'll put a lot in the description. How long did you have the Poco for?
Sitting like you said.
No, I just got it yesterday when I arrived.
Oh, you got the Poco yesterday.
So that's why I actually my video's not done yet. But yeah.
I swear, if your video comes out before mine, that is not allowed. There's no way
Maybe.
this guy, dude. I had the phone for like 3 weeks. I swear, if this guy's video comes out first, this is just,
Maybe because I already filmed all the AWOL yesterday.
no way,
But I
get
made
out
a
of
mistake. I said there's no log.
See, that's what happens when you go too quick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got
swear-
the phone at 3 p.m. and I filmed the AWOL at like 8 p.m.
If you don't know Ben, you probably all know Ben, but this guy's a machine.
Well, my videos are pretty basic. You know, Simon's videos are a lot more narrative driven and has more dynamic stuff like children and wives and stuff. You know, the wife will add complications.
Yeah, a lot.
One of my videos, if you add a wife in there, it would double the workload too.
No idea why we were making a flower necklace together, but right after that, we jumped on a bus, then went on a cruise. So I took that opportunity to compare the Poco F8 Ultra cameras to the Fuji X100V, just to see how close we can get. Now, looking at these photos side by side, obviously the Fuji is miles ahead. But for a $729 phone, this isn't bad. Here's some other shots I took with the Poco. The main sensor has increased from the F7 Ultra in size from a 1/1.5 inch to a 1/1.3 inch sensor, and the periscope 50 megapixel camera has a similar sensor size to the iPhone 17 Pro. Also, I noticed how good the subject separation is getting on these phones. Look at the strands of hair of this monkey. Bruh. Also, I took a sneaky shot of this guy since he had a nice backlight. And here you can see Xiaomi still has some issues with blowing out highlights so easily. This also happens on the Xiaomi Ultra phones too. Okay. Now, I've used this thing for probably a bit over 3 weeks now. I used it in Sydney, I used it in Uganda, and now I'm using it in Bali. I was meant to finish this review way before I got to Bali, but thank God I didn't because I did a lot of shooting in Bali. Now, I use this daily with my main SIM card in here just to figure out the catch. Why is it cheaper than the S25, but it's like a million times better in terms of specs? Now, I think the only catch that I could think of is that they raised the price by like $80 from last year. Since they've got the Snapdragon 8 Gen... Since they got the Snapdragon 8... Freaking hell, what's it called? Since they got the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 chip in here, they're probably making a profit margin of about $6.90 per unit that they sell. So I guess they had to raise the price a little bit. So back in 2023, I think the F5 Pro, that was like the top of the line, and that started at $449 US. So yeah, then it creeped up to $500 the year after that, then $649 after that, and now $729. For this price, if you look at the competition of the price range between $650 to $729, they're all mid. Do you know what I mean? Like compare this to like the Pixel 10. Bruh, it's always sad when a company bumps up the price. Like I just wish this was still $649. It would have been such a banger. Like that was in the title. Oh gosh. Now, I think I'm a little bit more positive about this particular phone. Number one, it was my first Poco phone. Poco has sent me phones in the past, by the way. I opened it, played with it, nah. You know, I've always done that. But this is the first time I actually used it and reviewed it because on paper, I just couldn't ignore it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And so I just wanted to know, can a budget phone actually impress me on the field when I travel, when I go to film documentaries and things like that? And yes, it can. It can keep up. Now, it's not the best in any category outside of the chipset because it is using the best chipset right now. But outside of that, it's not really the best cameras. It's not really the best screen. Doesn't have the best bezels, but it does have the best speakers by a long shot. It kind of feels like a cheap Bluetooth speaker. I would never listen to a podcast or whatever on speaker. Never, because they all suck. In the car when I didn't have Bluetooth connected, I had the podcast playing and I didn't connect the Bluetooth because I'm like, this sounds fine. By the way, this trip to Bali has been a very memorable one. Like the fact that I got to catch up with Ben, he's like the brother that I've always wanted, you know, like a tech geek guy that's a little bit older. Actually, I don't know how old he is. He might be younger than me, I don't know. He's actually the guy that opened my eyes to like the Chinese phones and how good they could be. Oh, and here's footage of my daughter seeing me for the first time since I came back from Uganda.
이제 누구야 forever 살릴 거야?
Yeah, forever. Forever.